Hi everyone, it's Paul here. I got the interpretation done from video 133, the Pope, Giant, and Monks. And here we go. A little cold out here. Alright, so I'll put up the video piece of paper there so you know what to go with if you have to copy it or whatever. And this is what I found. So I found young man, which was a Psalms 119:9. How can a young man keep his way pure? By guarding it according to the word. Was number one. Number two, I was looking for monastery, but I ended up finding priests, which was a 1 Timothy 2:5. For there is one God, and there is one mediator between God and man, the man Christ Jesus. He's the only way. Third word was the Pope, which was a Matthew 23:9. And call no man your father on earth, for you have one Father who is in heaven. We all know that. Number four, I found transformation, which was a Psalms 51:10. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Number five was a tough one. I was looking kind of for Antichrist, and I was using the wording that I wrote of my dream, but I ended up just simply finding Satan. So the closest to the Antichrist was Satan, which was a Corinthians 7:5. Do not deprive each other except perhaps by mutual consent for a time, so that you may devote yourself to prayer. Then come together again, that Satan will not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. Number six was giant. I was kind of looking for giant Nephilim, but I found giant, which was a Genesis 6:4. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days and also afterwards, or after. When the sons of God came to the daughters of man, and they had children with them. These were the mighty men who were of old, the men of renown. I went with number seven. I was looking kind of for bad energy, or something related to the giants getting upset or whatever, and I ended up finding cleansing of negative energy, which was, I didn't expect to find that, but I did. And it was a Proverbs 17:22. A joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. And I actually found another one with it. It was a 2 Corinthians 11:14. And no wonder, for even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. It went perfectly with what I thought I was seeing in that dream. And finally, I found facing giants at the end of the dream there, when some were begging to live and others turned to be mean and they were attacking. I just wrote facing giants, and I found a Romans 8:18. I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. And when I was finished this, the men of renown just kept going in my head. I don't know, this is just a thought. This has nothing to do with the interpretation. But have any of you guys ever stopped and thought, who are the men of renown nowadays? And I started thinking of like pro sports, and pretty much the biggest, baddest, strongest men have kind of been hidden within like the Olympics or pro sports, or the NBA popped out at me as the tallest people. There's a lot of tall people in the NBA that, what if they're of Nephilim bloodline? I'm not saying they are, but kind of, what better way to hide things than in plain sight? And one thing that's kind of recurring every time I do these kind of interpretations is when I'm looking, I'll give you an example. Say we're looking for the word raptor. There's about 10 songs in the music industry called Raptor. When you search that word, it's like smoke and mirrors. They send you somewhere else, So why can't the men of renown be people right in front of us? You look at Shaquille O'Neal, who's like, I actually don't know his exact height, but let's just say he's 7'3", 7'4", 7'2". That's very tall. That's giant size, So just food for thought. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about those comments, but I'm going to add a video to this at the end, because I went into pretty deep prayer after this, after when I interpreted this and then me making this video. And I got a pretty powerful message from our Father, so I'm going to add it right now, and I'll just let it speak for itself. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye. Everyone, it's Brother Paul here. Whew. I have a lot to say right now. I have a very strong message that's come to me from our Father. And he told me to tell everybody in the body, don't worry about what happens in this world. Put aside your feelings about whether you measure up to anything or people around you, your family, your friends. He wants you to know if you do by him right, that's all that's important. I sat here in prayer just now, and it came to me that the only things that I've really done right is marry the woman he sent me and raise the children he gave me. And in his eyes, as our Father, that's all that matters. Myself, I can only speak about my testimony. I spent so much time worrying, trying to achieve things that I thought were important according to this world. You know, where I went, how I made others feel. I used to worry about so many unimportant things. Our Father wants me to tell you guys to not worry. Came over me just now to tell you all the time is near. Don't worry about your bills. Don't stress. Don't have anxiety about unfinished things in this world. Put your trust in him. Put all your trust in the Father. The way is through Jesus. Ask Jesus for help and strength and courage. He will give it to you. This is what I wanted to share. Have a wonderful day.